Enlarging the Circle, How to Include Introverts in Your Organization by Alen. How many of these sound familiar to you? Some people on your team appear quiet and withdrawn despite your efforts to draw them out. The same few people always dominate your meetings. Some members of your team dislike social mingling or hanging out around the cooler. Some of your sales representatives cannot easily strike up conversations with new prospects. And some of your team members strongly prefer to work on their own. Maybe you have a few great listeners on your team. If these statements ring a bell, you probably have introverts on your team. Recent studies show that between 1/3 and 1/2 of the North American population is introverted, and there is a high chance that you have a similar percentage of introverts in your team. It is time to start thinking differently about leadership. Our culture is biased towards extroversion, and so is our leadership. It is time to strip down layers of extroverted thinking and enlarge the circle to include introverts and their quiet power. You don't have to throw away what you are doing, but you need to adapt it. Evolution versus revolution. Introverts can make great advisors, and they have saved companies, but nothing will prevent them from contributing more than standard extroverted leadership. If you lead a team of extroverts and introverts, don't try to make it into a team of extroverts. Instead, focus on creating a partnership between introverts and extroverts. One is not better than the other. They are both valuable parts of your team, and when combined, each can be transformed by the other. Your team should become a circle that welcomes people who might not be the loudest or most assertive, but bring quiet power to the team. If you don't include introverts in the circle, you cheat yourself and your team of their assets. Introverts don't hold extroverts back. They complement their limitations. To start enlarging the circle, encourage and develop self-reflection in yourself and others. People need to be able to step back to observe their own thoughts and actions in order to learn from mistakes. The good news? Introverts already know how to do that. They can pressure extroverts to stop and think before rushing ahead to act. Communicate with the introverts on your team and see them as advisors for your company and for yourself. Developing self-reflection will help you see each of your people's personal strengths, and when you do, you will help them grow. It is transformative for a team to see leaders understand their personality types, encourage them to be who they are, and lead them to utilize their strengths. Do not wonder if your team can adapt. Think about how it will. Enlarge the circle by learning from people with opposing talents. Your company will benefit from both. That's the true meaning of enlarging the circle. How can you enlarge the circle? How can you involve introverts in meetings and communicate fluidly with them? Here are 10 suggestions to get you started. Before your meeting, send the agenda out ahead of time so introverts can prepare. For introverts, there is nothing wrong with additional preparation. At the meeting, allow them to be calm and self-contained. They need to sort out the information they are receiving before they formulate their opinions. Generally, they like to watch an activity before they join in. Let them. When they do join, they'll have something valuable to add. Change the style of your round-robin meeting. It pressures introverts too much to contribute almost immediately. Instead, give them time to create a complete, full reply. Give them time to think before expecting an answer. Remember, Extroverts talk to think. Introverts think to talk. Introverts rehearse what they will say before they say it. So if they are not ready, get back to them later. Let them share their thoughts without interrupting. Introverts will never interrupt others, and they hate being interrupted. Fifth, inquire about introverts' thoughts and feelings, and give them the opportunity to send their comments and or suggestions to you via email. Extroverts prefer to communicate by talking. Introverts would rather communicate in writing. Writing an email gives them the freedom to gather their thoughts before sharing them with you. Number 6 on the list of top 10 things how to include introverts is move your introverts into a quieter location and create an interruption-free time window for them every day. They come to work to actually work, not socialize. If you plan to do a brainstorming session with your team, try a brain writing session as well. That's brainstorming introvert style. It's a very effective technique that gives introverts an opportunity to contribute their thoughts and ensures that the loudest voices on your team don't dominate the conversation. Now, if you need to reprimand them, do it in the privacy of your office. Respect their introversion. Don't try to make them into extroverts. Let them be who they are. And 10, ultimately, it's up to you to use the strengths of introverts to make inroads where many of the best traditional people and salespeople cannot break through. Don't consider introversion a setback. Use introverts' talents to grow your business. Three things to remember. Introverts don't use traditional sales techniques and pitches when they are in sales. They connect personally with team members and clients, taking their time to work meaningfully with others. Those personal connections allow them to build long-term relationships that stretch beyond individual sales, becoming established accounts. Composure, problem solving, and relationship building allow introverts to make inroads and eventually land big deals where many of the best traditional salespeople can't break through. Extroverted clients appreciate the personalized service, but just think about its effect on introverted clients, who probably make up 30 to 50% of your clientele. When you incorporate introverts into your team, they will broaden your business, your reach, your perspective. But before you reap those benefits, you need to change the way you lead. You need to enlarge the circle. Invite me. My name is Alen and I help leaders enlarge their circles and tap into the team members' individual strengths to improve communication and increase sales results. I work closely with companies to create a tailor-made, irresistible language for introverted clients. Whether you need to sharpen selling or communication skills or sales strategies, I will improve your business. I currently give public and corporate training and leadership seminars across North America, run annual sales meetings, and conduct live training programs on selling, sales strategy, and personal development. Call me. My number is 647-427-1588 or email me at alen@alenmayer.com for more information about my powerful sales training seminars, in-house workshops, and speaking engagement. Also, you can visit my blog or weekly sales tips TV or myersalstraining.com, where you can learn more about the trainings that I'm doing for companies and also public trainings. And my award-winning blog is at www.alenmayer.com. Subscribe to my weekly sales tips, where you can learn and improve your selling skills by receiving a free weekly sales tip. And I encourage you to follow me on Twitter, where I have almost 25,000 followers. You can follow me on Facebook and LinkedIn. I'm looking forward to connect with you. Thank you so much.